Oh yes, very familiar. So I was trying to tell my team last night. I was like, please make sure your glasses are set before we hop in. I don't want to be the people who are costing the lobby, torching time. But
I think
it
when you
worked out. We
restart
all
it
have to,
too,
like I said earlier, we're all trying
when you restart the
to.
game,
Yeah,
it
when you
sometimes
reset the game.
gets rid of it. So to get in lobbies, you have to restart the game
Yeah,
sometimes.
I noticed that as well.
So it's like, oh, it's weird. Apparently, already in game is Dallas has full control currently. Florida, as we're on here with Penguin the bird, is on a hard flank. Is I'm not,
Do we have players that didn't spawn in? Maybe.
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Is Maya to life just seems to be standing in the back.
Okay. I mean, let's go as normal here. Players get the early setup for the Dallas Flatliners. Early control of spawns going the way of Flatliners as well. It looks like light side of Mutineers as Lumpy does hit a flank through window and gets some good timing positioning here. Picks the one, gets taken out immediately. No rotation yet from any teams. P2. It looks like actually, as we say that, number 7 of Middle Life is going to be in green, kind of pushing through with number 8 of Miloski.
Yeah, so Florida is set up here for P2. Nobody's really got spawns though, so as Florida's kind of gifted those spawns as everybody was mid-map, Florida being in the hill, but Dallas comes flooding here out of green. As I say that, one goes down and everybody seems to just stop where they're at.
Yeah, and for the time being, Florida has 4 men in hill with this hold here, kind of getting all angles of this hold, making it difficult for Dallas to break as to tactical and uh, you know
Yeah, so it's Dallas just kind of getting picked off one by one here. So they're getting kind of split spawns, but they are starting to rotate here for P3. Florida's full control of this P2. Up 70 points to 30 right now. As 3 players of Dallas is all sitting on this next hill. I'd like to see them maybe spread out and get some more map control here. Just leave one guy
I
to
was
get
going to
on the
say that a
hill.
little bit more of an anchor. Yeah, a little bit more of an anchor. They're kind of letting they allowed for this push to come through dark and kind of split through as Rumpy does pick up 2 in the hill. So for the time being, players are actually, as I say, that dropped, and so Florida Mutineers with the retake here on P3.
Yeah, Florida did a really good job of taking advantage of the gaps there. Like we said, Dallas all sitting on the hill. Florida found that weak spot and exploited it, managing to get spawns in the back.
Seconds here, we said earlier you don't really give up this hill with the close rotation before. Florida is continuing to soak up time in this hill. They are kind of maintaining those spawns there, number 7 in media, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But Dallas does have the early setup. It looks like on P4 and bottom tank here, Lumpy on our.
Yes. Dallas set up early. I do think Florida has the advantageous spawns here again, as they're going to be coming from that top green as we spoke. But Dallas managing to hold them outside right now. As I say that, they literally flip positions.
Green positioning is huge because you can, if you know that you're kind of set up there and you have one guy in hill, maybe you have people who are spawning that catwalk side, you can kind of expect that the other team is kind of be pushing on the P3 side. Penguin trying to do the best that he can to contest here in mid, gets taken up by Rumpy. For the time being, points contested back and forth going the way of Florida now as we rotate. 15 seconds left in this P4 hill.
That was a great hill by Dallas. They needed all that time, and they managed to get it. As Florida was out to an early lead, but Dallas just holding tight on the hill. They got to start rotating, because Tactical Hermit out here by himself. He does find one. Can he find me out of life in lights there?
Does he at least gets the information? He knows that players are probably spawning back there because his team just rotated from P4 in the bottom of tank. So for the time being, this is the setup that we were kind of talking about earlier, right? So you want to make sure that you can force spawns in the back, have those 2 lanes that are pushing up as 3 go down for the side of Dallas. Florida really doing, a great job here holding on to this time early on.
Yeah, so Florida's starting to stretch that lead back out. Is Dallas here with a big team push? They are going to get full control here. All of Florida's out in the back. They're in a bad position here.
Really trying to battle their way out of these spawns, as they know that not only does Florida have the rest of this time here, but they do have the better spawns for this P1 rotation. Media Life, yeah, that's tough. Dallas actually with their rotation, sorry.
Dallas again though, all kind of grouped on the hill, not much map control. Going more for the everyone pile on and we get the trades right here, right now. As Florida kind of the opposite of more map control, more spread out.
You have Milo here in just a very, annoying little position. He's trying to catch players coming through the dark. He has to jump down bottom. Does know that players are dying lights and that they have kind of like this awkward setup of contesting and players in the top caution. Zuma does push in here. Not that much time left on the hill. You'd think that maybe you'd start to rotate here, but still no rotation from either team. As I say, that number 1 of Tactical Hermit is set up in new. Does have early positioning for Dallas, as Dallas mounting a comeback here as compared to the first half of this game, and so it's excited to see this back and forth from both teams.
Yeah, this is like you said, back and forth. As Dallas just that P1, they just all flooded the hill and stayed on the hill, and it managed to work out for him. As one died, the rest of his teammates got the kills while the rest of the team came back off spawns. Florida almost looking like they're doing the same thing. They're starting to group up, but you do see number 6, Penguin, looking for that flank on the backside through bricks as he gets picked up by Rumpy. Rumpy is 27-11 right now. This man is frying with this Krieg.
Right, and he really is playing it pretty fast as he gets taken out, but he does have a lot of time here in the hill too, if I'm not mistaken. Where's he on the screen? Yeah, Rumpy with a minute, right? And he has an AR, so he's kind of playing that flex role pretty well. Forcing interactions. Tactical, another 2-piece in the hill. 3-piece going off huge for this side of Dallas, soaking up that extra time, as they also have the early rotation here in Rumpy, as Rumpy set up for that dark side push here of P3.
Yeah, Rumpy's gonna have to go huge here. 2. Yeah, he gets picked off from tools as he can look every direction. He was the only one to rotate, but he actually just got the spawn right in the back still. That's pretty lucky.
It's very lucky. Players of Florida didn't have an opportunity to push back far enough there. Maybe didn't even realize that Dallas is still spawning there, but they do start to take out Dallas. So again, here for the time being, points going the way of Florida as pushes come through dark as well as mid and caution and tools here.
Yeah, so Florida just kind of bullied their way through this hill the second time. As the first rotation we saw, Dallas just kind of missed that rotation through mid. As J-Lo is trying to get back control here. And 12 seconds left. You'd like to see Dallas maybe start rotating, setting up for this next hill.
It's taken out there by Zuma. And I'm going to just call him Zuma. I got to call it. I missed this man on the sticks. As Dallas does have the early setup, and they know that players are going to be coming out of that P3 side of
Florida just kind of spawned everywhere. They're going to be hitting this hill from every angle.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if Dallas can kind of get this read here. There's one top green, and he is getting taken out, so the pinch and the retake does come in the side of Florida. Man, this is such a perfect first map of the night.
Yeah, this could go either way, as we're still 30 seconds left here on this hill. Dallas in a good position, but they got to be able to break out of this green. We thought Florida last rotation had the positioning with top green, but they couldn't get on the hill, and it's looking like same here. Tactical Hermit is in that backside of the hill. Does get picked up here by Zuma. As now you got me calling him Zuma as well.
And with no contest here, they do get the contest come through. So it looks like there is going to be a little bit of time here for this last hill potentially for either team. If we can get a full 60 out of the side of Dallas, they're right back in this, and they do have the early setup. He's doing his best here to get one. Almost gets the second in hill there.
Milo picks up a big double kill to get them on the hill. They only got to hold it for 5 more seconds. Dallas getting the kills they need to hold them. 2 more seconds. J-Lo gets a 2-piece there to save the game.
Speak.
There's so
I'm
much
losing
happening right
full
now.
watching these pushes come through.
The last second
And
push
they
is.
can win off this too. If they, oh, Zuma does take it out. Oh, okay. Is this going to be the contest that we need out of Florida?
Yeah, Florida got the
Does
back
take back?
spawns. That's going to be
Yeah,
game.
that's
Holy
GG's.
smokes.
What a back and forth battle for first map of the night.
The start of that map was not looking great, but the Dallas really turned it around, brought that game back. Holy smokes. Zuma was popping off.
Yeah, number of 2 and 3 pieces out of tactical in the hill, I think, was a game changer.
Yes.
You know, they actually lost versus mid or dark side of caution, and having the game sense to call out where those trends are kind of seeping in on that rotation there.
Map knowledge is just so important. As we are moving over to Moscow Search and Destroy, getting into this one quick. As I say quick, we're already off and running as we are seeing an early B hit here from Dallas, which don't normally see. It's almost always an A hit off the rip. As I'm not sure why he meleeed his own guy.
Well, maybe he was not happy about this B push off
Yeah.
the rip. It's possible.
Well, that was
I was
Florida.
expecting Florida with team kill, and it looks like we're going to play it out. So I know tactical called one out mid here, and Penguin gets the kill. So we have a unfortunate 2v4 here off the rip. Life might be able to get one off here on the plat. At least get some information and gets away from him and gets traded. It's so tough in search. You got to hit shots. Yeah, you got to absolutely, if you're going to take a shot, know that you're getting that kill, because you're lit up on the map immediately. There's someone's going to converge on you pretty quickly there.
Yeah, all the arrows are going to turn and look at you. As that team kill at the beginning, I'm not sure if he was just trying to play around and smack him while they were waiting for the push, but they're
riding. He's still riding off the hype of that hardpoint win, man. That was exciting.
Yeah,
he's like, I need to get some of this extra energy out.
Yes. So as we go switch sides here, Florida, are we going to see another B hit here?
Another B push. Zuma takes it maybe straight up mid.
Straight up mid is. Maybe Middle Life just had to change his classes, and that's why he got the team kill. Possibly had something he wasn't supposed to.
Oh, maybe.
He was waiting there.
Rumpy with the flank, and it doesn't look like he's been called out, to be honest. Players are not turned around here on him. Lumpy knows that players are going to be playing on this A side.
It's all down to Zuma now as his teammates get picked off by Rumpy and Lumpy. As I just now realized that they're both on the same team.
Right.
As 2v1, Zuma, you'd almost like to see him rotate to the B bomb site here. He has the bomb. So he does get picked up as he goes for the plant. Down 2-0 for Florida. Dallas.
You'd wonder if Zuma was trying to maybe, play a little bit of a cheeky kind of behind the scenes. Let me make them think that I'm rotating to be to put the bomb down. But it looks like they had a pretty good split on the side of Florida there. I'm sorry, of Dallas there. Dallas, staying on the bomb sites for information and inevitably did get that pick off bomb.
Rumpy is 4-0 right now, so he's doing work for his team. He's on a 4 streak. On his way to streaks, possibly, if he can keep this going. It always is harder to keep it going as you get closer. You feel the pressure start to build.
Mid here. So we have a push mid. He's going to maybe get one off the back of Zuma. Zuma does get away. Up on these intro pushes, of these round pushes, it seems, for both sides.
Yes. Dallas has 2 at B. They do get the trade there. But now, I'm not sure why they split 2 and 2 while on offense. Maybe trying to make the defense guess which side you're pushing. Is Middle Life, is he going to see him playing? Oh, he almost gets away with it.
Now, yeah. Yeah. In 1v1 position, Rumpy does know that the last person just kills his teammate off bomb, and then we're going to be interaction here. Does not get the kill. Florida up 3-0 early here. I'm sorry, Florida with their first round up, down 1-2. I'm getting team mixed up still, apparently.
Meter Life with a nice 2-piece here. We're switching sides. Will we see another B hit? Will we see another team kill? The things happening in this game are all over the place.
Kind of want to start to put bets down on these round pushes. These are such roulette rounds going on right here. Do we think another mid push, mid to A from Zuma?
It's looking like it. Maybe even a full B push here. Rumpy's going to be in a great position if he looks window. He actually doesn't look away, but his teammate gets the kill behind him. He picks one up on street. There's 2 more here. He's going to hear one just break through the glass. There's one right on the other side of the store. Is he going to check? There's another battle in Eskies as J-Lo does pick that kill up. Down to just Penguin the Bird here as they know where he's at. Is stuck in a reload. He almost gets the kill anyways. As I am apparently on the wrong screen and nobody saw that.
And flat tires, as we say that, flat tires going up 3-1 here in the search. That if they could take this search, they're right back in it, man. That 1-1 for the series count. If we can maybe stretch it to a map 5, and who knows, maybe they are the better search team of the 2 teams here. It might be in their favor here, to get this search. Obviously, it's their favor to win a map. As we say that, we have a pretty split setup from both teams again. Zuma on this window side looking for the trade gets a call out at the very least. Number 1 on our stream, Tactical, all alone on that outside bricks, as Lumpy does have support here on the bomb site.
Penguin on a great flank here coming through mid. He could catch 2-3 players if he goes left here. It's like he heard me as he snaps to go left. He's got 2 in front of him. Does he say he saw J-Lo, but no one's on the bomb? Out. Oh, the trades just go back and forth. Dallas picking up the kills that's needed.
I'd be curious to see if predictions went through before this map started. I didn't have a chance to up, but Dallas, I think, coming off of a pretty close hardpoint series, I think they knew that they needed.
Oh, your internet is cutting in and out. As Florida here on the offense, it does look like it might be another Zuma mid pushes. They do seem to favor this. Zuma 2 and 4, as we saw him doing really well in the hard point. He does get picked off. The bomb is going to be sitting there down in mid. As Lumpy going for this push quite aggressively here on defense. J-Lo trying to get the trade but doesn't quite get it. Florida does manage to pick up the nade. It is 3v3, so they're in a good position here. As Rumpy gets another kill. He's trying to just stay alive, play his life. Look for that next pick. As Rumpy is pushing here. J-Lo picking up Milo. Down to just Miata life. As he picks up one, is he going to know? Is he going to get caught out here? You got to move kind of once you start killing one. Dallas up 5-1. This is the story of a hardpoint team and an S&D team right now.
Although seems to be the case. You can see the way that Dallas has moved around the map and how split they are. They're really, it seems like, taking on the momentum of this game. They're really getting that map positioning earlier than Florida, at least for the time being.
Rumpy is 12-1 right now. So it's Dallas doing great positioning. I guess just getting Rumpy that info. He's on a 6 streak. One away from streaks. It does not look like he has them set up though, so
you're on the street on the B push.
B push.
Players are going to start to rotate on the side of Florida. They know that there's some shots getting fired on street. Miloski is going to know that information, that push into B, tells Zuma. Zuma gets one. Rumpy gets him off that 7 streak, that 6 streak.
Down to
Miloski with another, down to a 2v2, 1v2.
I didn't even see Tactical Hermit was up at A with the bomb. His team, he tricked us. I didn't even know the bomb was at A. I thought everything was going down at B. Got 28 seconds here to hold off this push. He's got 2 spots to look though. Florida's doing a great job of pushing both these doors together. Oh, that was a great double challenge. As he's just trying to stay
Information he
alive.
needs, right? To just stay alive, maybe get the one here. Oh, I couldn't get the pinch. I was gonna say if he gets the one player here on that push, he has all the information in the world he needs to check that bomb plant. But Florida is able to hang on there. And are we gonna see a reverse kind of sweep here in the rounds?
I mean, it'd be a hard ask for Florida as Rumpy has just been going off this map. If you can shut him down, I think they have a chance, but that's the trick, right? You gotta shut someone down that's 13-2. Easier said than done.
At what point do you start 4-man pushing choke points and just getting that, that early map control?
I mean, Florida's kind of been doing that by hitting mid here, right? As it does look like an A pushes. Dallas thinking, oh, they've been pushing mid every time. Let's go mid. This is a free A plant if Florida decides to go, as Lumpy is going to sniff out this rotation here. If he goes through that gateway.
Oh, they're playing this so slow for the information. Get the early pick. Now with numbers, you'd think maybe they'd start to watch for these pushes, but as I say that, he gets taken out.
Here's Rumpy on the flank again. Is he going to get the one? 74, you just not quite doing it at range.
And
J-Lo gets a pick up on, gets a 2-piece there. We're down to just Penguin the Bird. He does get picked up. Dallas taking map 2, 6-2.
yeah, I think that we you kind of said it best. I think by halfway through that game, really did seem like the story of your typical search versus respawn kind of setup. Although we're in the game with Rumpy, it looks like maybe they're not setting player restriction minimum requirements.
The caster always comes in late. As Dallas did manage to get 2 ticks, possibly. He does. They do get 2 ticks as Lumpy gets a huge 2-piece. But Penguin's going to try to cut off the rest of Dallas here. He might miss them all going off spawn. Lumpy just waiting for his team to get back to the point and support him. As we, just like we said, that Dallas all jumping on that point has got them a big chunk here. But it does manage to knock them all off.
And Florida is not going to give up this hill easy, right? Like I almost expected them to say it's chalk, just rotate, set up a spawn pushes, spawn trap. But they are holding on to this as they have some players pushing through cat and rails. Looks like they're going to try to get some positioning under caution here, as Milo on a 2-piece does just that. Rumpy takes him out on the trade. Players in lights, so we will see some contests here.
Milo's 8-2 already. I don't know how that happened or what he's doing.
But yeah, Milo had an early 3-piece. He hit rails and kind of hit a flank and had an early 3-piece right before Lumpy's 2-piece.
This is a big fight here over on A.
Yes.
That's going to be 2 on Dallas on A point, and they already have 2 ticks into B. No one in Florida's even close to get over here. I mean, Miata's the closest one, and he's coming from the hard angle to take this.
And Zuma just being super annoying. I think he's just trying to do a little bit of a spawn trap here, as Meta Life is gonna get pushed tactical. Tactical just so good in the hill with that sub.
That's 2.5 ticks on A, and they have control of B. They could get both these at the same time. They gotta get this A. They gotta stop it. Tactical Armor is just waiting. He's like, please finish. And Florida does get into the point. Is he gonna be able to? While this is happening, his teammates do capture B. They are on their rotation here, but Florida does manage to save this A point. That's some huge kills.
Dallas needs to do, yeah, with that good kill there to stop the bleeding.
Dallas has had these control points, but Florida leading in lives right now. Tactical Hermits gets one before he gets traded out. All of Dallas going down. They have a minute 20 here to work with. I'd like to see them group up and maybe go for this brick control as Rumpy is doing, but his teammates are just so far out right now.
One kind of set of 4 kills, push out the spawns and stack hill. But Rumpy just playing information here for the time being. Milowski gets the kill on hill. Rumpy is finally showing himself in the flank, gets a 2-piece with Lumpy.
It's down to just Miata.
Miata taken out. So they do know now that players are going to be pushing out from their spawns. They have a stack here. They are going to take it.
Oh no,
does slide in.
Milo managed to get on the point.
As Rumpy does force interaction.
Rumpy,
Dallas with
huge.
early offensive win out of Dallas, and we typically garrison control is pretty defense, win rate heavy. To see an early offense out of Dallas, the team who needs to get this respawn right here, is going to be huge, momentum shift for their gameplay this map.
Yeah, just like we saw in their hard point, they're really good at just all piling in that hill and getting that first B tick was almost over before we were fully loaded in and knew what was going on. Yes.
Absolutely. So it looks like the early push here out of Florida is going to be going the side of Zuma is going to try to get this early green control over top, floating, just playing some information into green, seeing if any players are going to be pushing. Does see that one has pushed at least
Nobody from Dallas pushed towards this B site, giving Florida kind of this free points. As they are at 1.5 ticks, as there is a fight, Rumpy coming up big, stopping the second tick coming through on B. Dallas slowly regaining control of the map here as Zuma being annoying in that trench. I feel like we've been saying that all these maps. Zuma being annoying, being in the right spot, the right time.
Right, and I think until now, there really was no help from other players this side of Florida on this B side, but it looks like more and more now they're starting to flood this point as Dallas has one that they're looking for in Miloski, and for the time being contesting. They're going to get 2 players challenging him here, taken out, so they are going to keep this to a 1-tick B for now.
Lives are dead even here so far, as Dallas is starting to get 2 people towards the spawn of Florida. They're looking for one more on the hill. Miata just trying to stay alive, trying to get his teammates to him, while Lumpy just from that top caution spot, just being annoying, being hard to find, just cutting off these respawn help. Miata from the hill actually picks him up, managed to get another one while in the hill, just finishes the reload. I think that's going to be B for Florida, but now they get the hard ask of getting that A side.
Spawns here, Miata is trying to get some of this early spawn trapping, maybe if he can pick up this one here off of crates, and he does just that as he calls it out to his teammate, and another one here on crate side. So you're gonna maybe see a little bit of a spawn trap here out of the bricks bush.
Yeah, Zuma managing to sneak in from green as his teammates were causing trouble in the back. You do have 2 Florida players on this point. Could be 3 here if Manilo backs up, but I think he's just going to try to play cutoff as he does get picked up. Dallas is in trouble here as J-Lo and Rumpy are the only 2 even close to getting on this A-tick, with Florida just pouring on, getting more bodies on that hill. Rumpy does manage to get 1.
Players to go, yeah.
So I think that's going to be the A-tick from Florida. Lumpy's got to jump on. He jumps on with almost no time.
Yeah. We have an offensive heavy control going on right now.
On Garrison.
Yeah.
You almost never see that. This Rumpy here was just a fry man.
And it hasn't come down to kills either. Kills have been pretty even throughout both sides, both rounds. We're getting 2 fully controlled offenses here off the start. You try to see if that trend maintains throughout the rest of this map here. For the time being, really quickly, we're seeing kills going the way of Florida muteteers right now. 3 to like 38, right? So Florida does have the kill advantage if it does come to that 5th round. But for what we've seen so far, offenses seem to be the better side to be playing on between these 2 teams. So who knows?
Yeah, Milo's actually 22-12 right now off the start of this map. He is definitely being the man on his team. As Dallas going for a 2-2 stack on both points. Is if the 2 alive here can stay on B, that's just going to give so much free time for A, as Florida's got to make a decision. Who do we go after? Where do we go? It's going to come up to Miata getting 1, but still 1 alive on A and B. Rumpy just
clear right now because Florida's coming off spawns, and I don't think that they're going to get to A in time. Yeah, so A is going to go to the way of Dallas.
Oh, that's
as
huge.
Rumpy is set up here for this spawn push.
Dallas already has 3 in the hill. They're going to get this B.
That means Yeah, that means they only had one player. They only had one player capping A like that entire time when that one kill trade went down. There was only one remaining player on that hill. This is ridiculous.
Dallas won the fights right off the bat and got 2 on each hill, and just with the quickest captures, were able to get these 2 hills that I didn't even see what the life count was. That's irrelevant at this point. Both teams keep winning
You can check
offenses.
scoreboards off the rip. I want to see where we lie as far as kills go. It looks like it's still going to be actually much more even now. As it Dallas did outslay pretty significantly in comparison to Florida that round.
Dallas in the driver's seat here if they can manage to pull off a defense. Sounds so weird to say in control, but the way this has been going, offensive teams, Azuma hitting that flank again, as we keep seeing. All of Florida.
I do want to say that, sorry to interrupt, Rumpy with 6 streak, if we can maintain maybe on his POV, he is working some of his streaks here as he continues to slay out 8 streak.
8 streak, no streak set on his class, though.
No streak set, did I miss it? Oh, gosh.
There's a fight going on A as Milo wins that one. But Rumpy's going to have his hands full, so he's got to get another... This man's on a 10 kill streak before he finally gets taken down.
And he would have had streaks, right? Like, whether or not that is going to help them here, if that would have helped them, who knows? Like, it might come down to a situation.
Those streaks could have cleared off this A.
Yeah.
Never mind. As Tactical Hermit managed to come over.
Like, I'll be your streaks. Don't worry about it. We deserve it.
There you go. It's Florida all
with another huge one.
Dallas in a great position here to get Florida in a bit of a spawn trap. It's J-Lo just looking for that mid pick. Lumpy picking up Dark here. Does manage to get one. It's J-Lo pushing even farther deeper into Florida spawns. Dallas in complete control of the life count here.
Does seem more defensive kind of setup here. Azuma is doing a little bit of cheeky flank and does manage to get Lumpy.
I thought he was flanking too, but he flanked back onto his own side.
Yeah.
Azuma's still on the hill, just trying to find the other guy alive.
That kill is huge. This gives some map positioning opportunities in this rotation for Florida. Azuma does kind of peek out, which is an interesting play by him. In vents, he's able to sneak away. He's laying down. Is he gonna get this interaction here? As he's caught in a reload situation? That's so unfortunate.
20 seconds left. Florida's got to capture one of these 2 points. This Milo just trying to stay alive. He does have a teammate here to help him. Hermit trying to be that kill streak again to stop as the A does go down. Zuma.
You have all these players spawning tools, and they are, going to try, not tools, sorry, tank, and they are going to be obviously flooding that hill because they do know that players are stacked. There's going to be one push of players here, I think, on take as Mollusky gets 2. Looks like all players down in Florida does just have to stack and get the point. Looks like they're going to get it.
2-2, all offenses. Yeah. I don't think you want...
4
I don't think you want defense at this point.
Defense. No, there's no point.
You better hope you don't have defense, as we're going to round 5 here. Map 3. Series is 1-1 currently.
I've never seen Garrison control offense played as aggressively from either team in a series as we do now. And now we finally can see this is Dallas as the defense. They have been able to control more of the pacing of kills in the later rounds. You see that, all players pretty even as Rumpy pushes through mid to go down the way of Florida. So early kill lead for the side of Dallas, as Dallas is going to start to push out these spawns now. Milowski's still kind of being annoying here in top green.
Yeah, he actually managed to sneak through. Rumpy saw him jump up there, but his teammates just kind of lost track of him. He managed to pick up 1, maybe even 2 kills and get onto this hill. As 3 Dallas members are going to converge on him to take him down, giving a huge time advantage for Florida to take this beast point. Asuma in the fence
Yeah,
again.
we do see another. Yeah, we do see a stack here on B. So we have 3 players. Do we? No, there's one in fence. So, we do see at least 1 tick. It looks like
Yeah,
going the way of
that's gonna be all 3.
2.5.
Florida's in full control of this hill. They do manage to get B, but now you got to get A.
Yeah.
Lumpy almost just volunteered to give up B. He was staying over on A that whole time. As Miata is coming through the flank here, he's gonna get spotted up by Rumpy. Rumpy does pick him up.
Zumatux does get taken out. So at this point, plenty of time. You think, let's slow down the pace a little bit. Let's get this 4-man push and retake and start to push out spawns. But it seems like players are a little bit spread here as Penguin does pick up a player on Cat, which is kind of interesting. Tacticals trying to hit a flank. Players are now starting to diverge from the A, as it looks like that player,
Lumpy has to go huge here.
Yeah.
He does get picked up.
And main refree, so they do know that players are coming off of spawns, as players are stacked on this hill. At least 2 as Penguin pushes through alley.
That's
Brick.
2, but 2 of Dallas is going on a large flank. Do they have time to get there? They do. As Rumpy tries to just fly into the hill, gets picked off. Still 2 on the A point,
They're on
or at
plat.
least in the
Yeah,
area.
I was gonna say 1 player was on plat for Florida. Players still flooding this front brick side.
Dallas is trying to do their best to flood into this hill, stop this tick from coming through. That's going to be all of Florida on the point, and Florida, we just saw 5 offensive rounds. Usually we're lucky if we see 2 offensive rounds. We just got treated to 5 offensive rounds, back to back to back to back to back.
I'm holding my head like I'm stressed right now after watching that.
Milo dropped 40 kills.
You have players that
Really a heavy rotation early map. Was definitely favoring more of a Florida side compared to Dallas, as Dallas has got their work cut out for them here to try and, I don't even know how to say it, pull this map in to get it to S&D. If they can get to S&D, they have this in the bag based off that first S&D we saw. But
yeah,
but trying to get a hard point off of this Florida team, the way they fly around the map, that's a tall ask for Dallas.
Yeah, and I do want to say that Dallas did have a lot of the early rotations in the first hard point, but we saw them get, those hills get taken over pretty easily by Florida. So Florida is, the, without saying better team, kind of pushing towards the side of maybe better gun skill in the hill for those retakes. So yeah, like you said, we'll see how those rotations kind of pan out here as both teams contest 3 heavy on this table side of playing, as teams just back and forth in their trades early on.
We're down to 1v1. We traded all the way down to 1 man left, just back and forth. I don't think there's any 2 kills strung together there.
Getting caught reloading, there's how you die. That's so unfortunate. As for the time being, Dallas does have the upper hand here on these as they soak in this time. But Florida does have the better spawns if they can maintain.
Florida just spawned out. Nobody's spawning on P2. Nobody in control. Everyone's just opting to do a melee here on this hill. Florida does get the hill, but at what cost? 9 seconds left. Dallas spawning on P2.
3 players on top of it too. But like we said, they're stacked right on the hill, right? So this could maybe even be an easy retake for Florida.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to get 3 people off the hill. You never expect that many people to be sitting there, right? So, like we just saw, Zuma gets 1, but then quickly gets traded out because there's just always another one there to challenge you. And these spawns are so close for Dallas. The flood mentality, to reference Halo, that Dallas has of just swarm the hill, it's just looking so strong.
Only 1 Rumpy in the hill, and they got some time here, but they're not spawning here. Lumpy knows that there's 1 hill, gets taken up with a nade. Such odd spawns happening here. Yeah, still time. The rest of the scraps are likely going to go the way to Florida, as they also do have early positioning, and they spawn the top P4 kind of in those crates. So they are going to have the better kind of side as we get into the later hills and the early.
Yeah, I think I prefer yellow spawn here for P4, But as I say that, Dallas just gets a magic spawn out at wood. And they're going to be pinching this hill with Miata trying to stay alive. His teammates managed to pick up the kills for him. He's going to get soaked up this time. They just have to find where Dallas is spawning. Tactical Hermit shoots, gives away the spawns. Florida all looking the right direction.
As Dallas is spawning, you know, in these back, you know, the top side of your P4. Nope. Am I wrong there? Is that P2?
Yeah, they were spawning wood, which is P5. It's just kind of... They're spawning all in the back. As far as this hardpoint goes, this is the most I've seen spawns stick to one side. Usually you end up with some weird flips as people start contesting the hill, but we're at a 6-point game with 4 seconds here, so everyone starts to rotate over to P4.
Yeah, and like we said before, the early setup, at least for, you know, time and the points being going the way of Dallas, and they do have those better sides as we head into the later spawns in the P5 and wood. So if they can hold us here, as Florida is flooding in, Zuma resorting to using his pistol, and he's getting a couple kills in hill.
He definitely has his teammate helps
use
there.
Of that secondary there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only pistol we have to use, and he's making use of it. Dallas with a pinch. Oh. Tactical Hermit did not see him sitting in the corner there as he was concentrated on the fight that was happening further down the aisle.
Florida is spawning P5.
Florida is spawning P5. There's still... I mean, I hate how we can't see how much time is left with the contest point. 10 seconds left. Florida's starting to rotate. Dallas all kind of goes down, and they got a long run here to get to this P5. Long run, not much cover.
Right, and Penguin is going to take this heady and hill with his M4, it looks like. So he's going to be able to hold on that right side of that right lane of hill as Milo, just playing information, gets 2 off the bottom of plane, and he calls 1 more out right, it looks like.
As we do see Tactical Hermit on a big flank here. Huge flank, but he's got to do something. He's just kind of sitting over here. He does finally decide to go once his team starts hitting the front of the hill. He does get picked up by Zuma. As the melee continues at the front of the hill. Lumpy trying to break in here. Florida up 106 to 77. 30 seconds left on this hill. They could stretch this lead out here as we go back to P1 next rotation.
That's such a tough bullfrog fight, and he's just waiting for his teammates to support him in some of those longer range gun fights. But it looks like, you know, Florida, was that a full 60 or close to it?
Yeah, I think they lost a few seconds as one team rotated. As we are rotating back to P1, back to the absolute melee that these two teams have done on this hill. And it looks like everybody's jumping right back in, right? Nobody's holding punches. Lumpy's still getting kills with the pistol. J-Lo going on a flank here. He could, if he gets good time and doesn't get seen by Zuma, he could get 3 kills. Gets 1. Is he going to know that another one's here in this corner?
No, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, he does get called out, and like you said, back and forth scrappy. This is more scrappy than typical, I feel like, this P1 hill.
I mean, you don't usually see all 8 players jamming into this little plane. There's no first class on this plane. It's all economy. We are packing everyone in here.
It's all shrapnel window and bullet fragments flying as hot lead of the side of Dallas, and Tactical are able to retake. And they also do have better spawns low. Does he know that Penguin's hitting him? Penguin does get called out here at the tube from plane from Lumpy. Lumpy does take him out. So for the time being, early setup for either side of Dallas.
Dallas has got they're 70 points down. They need a big hold here. As it does look like they're managing to spread out a little bit more, but nobody on that hill at the moment. As they start to get killed, as it looks like Dallas almost reverting back to their bunch up strategy when things start to get a little hairy. When that first setup gets broken, it's Florida they're just heavy flooding that container,
forcing the choke point. They do force spawns out, so it worked in their favor. They're getting some more this time back. As players do start to push in, and they still have the spawns back here. So
Milo setting up in tube here, but Dallas is on the hill. Like, Florida had control of these spawns, but Dallas picking up the scrap time, and Dallas having the spawns give or take spawns for this next hill, right? It's this kind of... It's Florida on the hill, but Rumpy looking for this. He's got two in front of him. He doesn't manage to get the either. Hermit flying into the hill, picking up one, picking up two. Finally, it's taken down.
Yep, and Tactical is exactly who you need in that position. He's been on fire all night in hill, getting those two pieces. You know, Florida, unfortunately, for the side of Dallas, does manage to get some of that time back. But the full retake of Dallas does come through. As you can see, Florida on the top of your minimap is starting to push in that P4. With them being up some points here, they're probably just going to say, hey, rotate, get some of that early setup. Number 7 does win the fight onto J-Lo, starts to push back into playing. And as players of Florida are still actually spawning out of P2.
Florida has scrap time, and they're going to get this early rotation. This is a big fight here between Miata and Tactical. Tactical runs right by him. That's some huge time here for Florida's. They're already almost at 200 points. Milos is on this 5 kill streak. I'm going to switch to him, see where he's running around with the 74U, holding this mid. Kind of watching that plane, as the plane control here is so important.
But not getting distracted by the gunfights happening around him. He's really making sure he focuses on that bottom push and that mid push as he picks up J-Lo here. Players doing excellent job of maintaining their lanes and their trades. Zuma completely going off in hill as it is really a very close to victory map set here on this hill. We are going to see a P5 hill in wood, so we can see if Dallas can get some of this.
I'd like to see Zuma push out now. Give up this 8 seconds. Try to get into that rear spawn. He's just trying to pre-fire. Make sure nobody gets on him. That bullfrog is just a chainsaw at the moment.
Absolutely.
As he's on the 7 kill streak, finally gets taken down. As I missed the whole rotation fight here over at P5. As Dallas is on it, but Florida gets the back spawns.
Right, so it came down to Penguin and Lumpy in a 1v1 near plane side, and it looks like it's team that had gone the way of Penguin.
I think that's going to be it.
As have these better side of spawns, and they are spawns out into bottom zig. Florida takes the hard point check.
Yeah, just like we predicted, that Florida just on the respawns too hard to overcome. That control could have gone either way. One team wins the defensive round, or game 5, right? Like, easy.